Hi, this is Eddie Hearn, and you're watching Lights Out.
All right. 2, 1. This is Faisal Khan for Lights Out, and with me via Zoom, I'm delighted to be joined by Mr. Bradley Skeete. Bradley, good afternoon, mate. Happy Friday. First of all, how you doing?
Yeah, all good, mate. All good. Good to have another week ticked off and home for the weekend, chill time now with the family, and yeah, back to Sheffield Sunday.
It's all fun and games at the end of the day, and it's all worth it, like we said before the interview. Obviously, the dedication that you're putting in, it's on another level, but this is what you've got to do in boxing.
That's it. I've been off a while, and I obviously made that decision when I come back to move up to Sheffield, and obviously sacrifice leaving like my friend family behind. Do you know what I mean? But it's a sacrifice I'm happy I've made. I've had my comeback fight. I box well, and yeah, looking for a new date to fight. Hopefully get one sorted soon. Yeah, and it's paying off. I feel good. I'm happy. I love boxing again, and yeah, it's all going well.
Let's just reflect on the comeback fight. A good result to come back after over 2 years out of the ring. I don't look too much into the performance. I want to ask you how it felt personally back into the ring, getting back under the lights.
Yeah, that was the main thing for me. Obviously, people will look, and I've said it in all the interviews I've done, no disrespect to Dow Arrowsmith. He's a journeyman, and he boxes week in, week out. He's there to do a job, and it was about the performance and how I looked, you know what I mean, and how I felt. And I didn't feel one bit that I've been at the ring 2.5 years. I felt fresh, felt good, sharp, strong, do you know what I mean? And I had a good win. He's very tough. He don't really get stopped. So to get a stoppage and a good win was good. I was pleased, I was happy, but it didn't feel like I'd been that way so long, do you know what I mean? And that's what I was pleased with. Like I say, I was nice and relaxed. Felt good, felt sharp, felt strong, and yeah, on to bigger and better things now.
It's obviously a process for yourself because, as I mentioned, you've been at the ring for quite a while. What is the overall target throughout 2021? I mean, obviously, I know we're slowly moving away from the pandemic.
Yeah.
Happening, such as small hall shows, Fight Zone are doing really, really well, which is where you appeared on your last fight. What's the now till the end of the year? I mean, you mentioned first fight back was against a journeyman. Is there anything specific you're looking at, or is it just take each fight as it comes and then perhaps think of maybe British titles, European titles at the start of next year?
Yeah, it'd be nice to get another like run up before the end of the year. Before the end of the year, I'd like another fight, and if as much as possible, really, if I get a couple in before the end of the year, that'd be nice. But in terms of what in an ideal sort of world and situation, I'd like to get maybe a step up now, like of an opponent of winning record, and someone's coming to win, and a decent step up over maybe 8 rounds, 10 rounds, whatever, and then I'm ready to go. Do you know what I mean? I ain't new to this. I've had 33 fights. Do you know what I mean? I've been boxing a long time, 11 years as a pro. I've had all that time off, but like I say, I didn't feel like I'd been out the ring that long. I made the change, and I've got up to Sheffield. I'm training with Dominic Ingle now. Everything's going well. I'm so pleased I made the move, and yeah, I'm really enjoying my training. I'm enjoying being around all the boys. I've said it before, like I'm in a world-class gym with a world-class coach and surrounded by world-class fighters. Kell Brook's back in the gym now. Barry's fighting for a world title. So it's all good. Do you know what I mean? It's all good vibes, and I'm it's an honor to be part of it.
You mentioned you've been working with Dominic Ingle. It's been quite a few months now. What's different now after getting back in the ring, having your comeback fight? What are you learning with Dominic Ingle as time goes on?
I wouldn't say he's teaching me anything different. Dom's he's not grey, he's black and white. He just tells it as it is, and he's been around boxing all his life. His dad's a legend, Brendan Ingle. Do you know what I mean? He's been there, seen it, done it, got the t-shirt, and it's not about changing me or anything. He knows I'm a good fighter anyway. He just brush up a few things and just obviously just point me in the right directions. Do you know what I mean? And give me the advice and what I need. And for me, a big thing is that I feel I'm learning, because obviously the footwork, I've never done the lines before I went obviously to Sheffield and done the line, the switch hitting, and that's just more coming natural. And he hasn't told me, oh, you've got to switch and you've got to fight south, or you got these. It's if you're comfortable, do it. Do you know what I mean? And it's just a way of how the gym works, the up and down the lines, round the circles, and yeah, just the conditioning. Obviously, we do a lot of body sparring. We're working hard every day in the gym, and it's the right work. Do you know what I mean? It's not just for this, like, it's like he knows what he's doing. Do you know what I mean? Dom's been around it. He knows what he's doing. He lives, breathes boxing, and he trains himself every day. He's in good shape for his age. Do you know what I mean? He's in wicked shape, and he loves it. Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about.
Anyone that follows Dominic Ingle on Instagram will know the guy keeps himself in immaculate shape. He eats right, he trains well, he
Yeah.
practices in that gym, and fair play to him, especially with him being the age that he is. He does well to take care of himself.
Exactly. Yeah. And if he's doing it, why shouldn't we? Do you know what I mean? And we're the ones fighting.
I wish I was in that shape, but I've got a bit of a bench in the physique that Dominic Ingle has. We put up a post on Instagram the other day. We mentioned how exciting the super welterweight division is,
Yeah.
as the British domestic wise, and of course you had the undisputed clash at the weekend. Regardless of what you think, it's still an undisputed clash. You said something along the lines that the rest of the fighters in this division are sleeping on you.
Yeah.
What makes you say that? Because I mean, I want to look at it from your point of view. What makes you think that the Ted Cheesemans, the Fowlers, these fighters, what makes you think that they're sleeping on you?
No, when I messaged, I didn't mean like the fighters are sleeping on me. I mean like just I've seen polls and I've seen people talking about 154 division, and my name's not getting mentioned. You're out of all the mentions about fighters in 154 and everything. Like when you put up that thing, that's the first. You're the first platform. Do you know what I mean? I've seen my name mentioned. So just boxing people in general, and maybe some of the fighters are sleeping on because my name ain't getting mentioned. But listen, I know they know what I'm about. Do you know what I mean? They know me. They know what I'm about. Domestically, I've like cleared up at 147. I've got the belt outright domestically. I've got the British title outright for keeps. And so the domestic fighters know what I'm about and who I am. Obviously, having that long time out the ring and coming back, people probably just I don't know what they're expecting from me and what I want. They might just thinking, oh, he's been beat a few times, been stopped a few times. He's just coming back for a little, like, just to see what's what. Do you know what I mean? But I mean, business. I've moved away. I've moved from my comfort zones. I've moved up to Sheffield, and it's not just for fun and games. It's not just to come back to get a little win and sail off into the sunset, be happy with what I've done. I mean, business. I want, like, I've made it clear. I've moved up weight. I want to fight for the British title again at the weight above and win that. I was unsuccessful at European level. I got beat at European level at 147. At 154, and I want to fight and win that European title. Then I've got the full set British, Commonwealth, European. Next thing is the world title. Do you know what I mean? Then that's my end goal. I'm in boxing to be a world champion. If any boxers in this sport to not have that belief and have that dream of winning a world title, they're wasting their time. Do you know what I mean? And I'm, like I just said, I'm in a gym with a world-class coach, surrounded by world-class fighters. I want to one day put my name on as a world champion, being from the England gym.
The names that I mentioned in that post,
Yeah,
it's such an exciting division right now. It's hard to put, a top 1 to 5 together because everyone's got their own records. Everyone's achieved what they've had to do, and You know, you look at some of the fights we've seen. You know, for example, after his first fight camp, Sam Egerton, Ted Cheeseman was a cracking fight. You know, Anthony
Yeah,
Fitzgerald was a cracking fight. There are brilliant fights there to be made. I believe the British Boxing Border Control ordered Anthony Fowler versus Shiraz. But
yeah, great
now,
fight.
if you had to pick the number one fighter and your next opponent from that list, who would it be?
It'd be Ted Cheeseman, like I said, the champion. He's got the British title. So listen, they're all great fighters. All the guys mentioned are great fighters, but they the one who's got the belt is the number one. I say. Do you know what I mean? Other people might say different, but how I look at it, I ain't calling no one else's name because they haven't got anything that I want. I want the British title, and at the minute, Ted Cheeseman has got the British title. So that's the fight I'd want. I'm here to win belts and fight the best. You know what I mean? And that's what I want to do. I wouldn't. I've had it. I've had the belts before. I've been there and done it. People calling my name, so I know what it's all about. And in regards to mentioning Ted's name, I know Ted personally is not no disrespect. His business. Do you know what I mean? He's the champion. I want to fight the champion. I don't want to fight the guys who've not got the belt. I want to fight the champion. So that's how I look at it. He's the number one. He's got the British title.
Exciting times ahead. This 154 division. There's so many fights.
100%.
It'll be really exciting 18 months, I believe. As I mentioned, the Undisputed Clash took place last weekend. You had a chance to watch it, Bradley?
Do you know what? I haven't watched it yet, but I've heard it's very controversial, and yeah, I heard Charlo was lucky to get the win, to get the draw. Do you know what I mean? To not have obviously lost these belts, and yeah, so I'll have a look, I'll have a watch, but yeah, do you know what? It's domestically, European, worldwide, the division is hot. Do you know what I mean? It's very, very hot.
Yeah, exciting times ahead. As I keep saying, it is definitely going to be really one to look out for. Right, prediction time. Joyce Takam tomorrow night on BT Sport.
This is my boy, man. I'd never pick anyone fighting my boy Joyce. I said it from the start. I had arguments with whoever was chatting nonsense that the ball was going to beat him. I've been around Joe. I boxed amateur with Joe at my amateur gym, Earlsfield. I know what he's about. I know what he can do. And I think he's going all the way.
He's potentially one win away from becoming the number one WBO mandatory. Now, you're backing him to win tomorrow night against Carlos Takam. That's a good fight. It's a tough fight as well. But
Yeah.
I've been asking the question this week: how would he get on against an Anthony Joshua or a Tyson Fury or an Alexander Usyk?
I think he gives any of them a hard night's work. Do you know what I mean? I think he gives any of them a tough night's work, and they know it themselves. Do you know what I mean? Tyson Fury's already bigged up Joe. He knows he's sparred with Joe. Joshua sparred Joe. He knows that everyone knows what Joe's about. Do you know what I mean? He's not great and to watch, and he's not. Do you know what I mean? He's not that typical like elusive star or anything. He just works hard. He's got a granite chin. He punches hard, and his engine is unbelievable. And as a heavyweight, he just wears them down. They can't keep up with his pace, and he's just on them from start to finish. Do you know what I mean? And it gives any of them heavyweights a hard night's work.
Well, it's a cracking fight tomorrow night. Joyce versus Carlos Takam. It's going to be a really, really good fight. Looking forward to seeing it. Bradley, anything else you'd like to add before we bring the interview to an end, and I'll let you carry on with your weekend?
No, just as always, thank you for all my support, and it's been amazing from start to when I had my break to now. The support's been amazing, and yeah, just I would like to say thank you to my sponsors, Ignite Recruitment Services and Rocky's Grab and Tipper Hire. Their support and help's been amazing, backing me financially, obviously helping me, obviously living in Sheffield and training full-time up in Sheffield. So yeah, just keep supporting, and hopefully have some fight news soon. And yeah, man, finish the year big and move on to a big start next year.
Well, thank you very much for your time, Bradley. Really appreciate
Thank you.
Stay in contact. Let us know when you hear
Definitely.
something. And once again, thank you for your time, mate. I hope you have a good weekend. Thank you for talking.
No worries. Thanks for your support as well. Don't go unnoticed.
Always a pleasure. Thank you very much for your time.
Man, have a good weekend, mate.